everyone can look at the handout that I've given us. Okay, please turn to page 2. Okay, under speaking part 1, when you have no idea what to say, okay, if you're stuck for answer, try to use this formula. First you say, well, I don't really know much about fill in the gap, because try to think of a reason and then be brave and take a guess. Okay? It does not matter whether your guess is totally ridiculous or not, because it is your language skill that they are assessing on. They want to know that even though you don't know anything about this question, then you're still able to, blab on something. So that's what they're looking for. Okay. And don't be afraid to give negative answers. Okay, sometimes we try so hard to impress the examiners. I remember one of my students, she was a girl, and she never watches the NBA. She knows nothing about basketball whatsoever. And then the examiner asked her, do you have a favorite NBA player? And then she was trying so hard to impress, and she was so nervous. She's like, I've got some NBA player that I really like. I watch NBA all the time. And then the examiner goes, oh really? I actually watch the NBA too, so who do you like? And then she was like, so let's just avoid that from happening, okay? So if you don't know, or if you never watch it, that's totally fine, okay? Just say, but just don't say no, okay? Instead of just a single word no, say, oh, I'm sorry, I actually don't really watch NBA because I'm personally, give a reason then, because I personally am not a very sportive person. And instead of NBA, what do you watch? Actually, instead of those sports programs, I like to watch dramas and, TV shows and all that. And then probably next thing he'll change the topic if you're lucky. I'm pretty sure he'll change the topic, sorry. Okay, now let's do a little bit of mocking test. Let's pretend that this is the examination room, okay? And I'm the examiner. Okay, and I'm gonna ask you like 1 or 2 questions about, in regards to task 1. So do we have any volunteers? Guys, come on. No volunteers that I'm gonna pick out by random. Yeah? Okay. Hi, so could you please tell me a bit of where you're from?
I'm from Zhejiang province. That's the southeast part of China. Mm-hmm. It's 500 kilometers south of Shanghai.
Wow. And so could you please tell me, are you working or studying at the moment?
I'm studying currently. I'm studying in the University of Sydney, and my major is accounting. And I've been in Australia for 2 years now.
Okay, thank you. So, notice, okay, what you said, okay, grammatically all correct. Okay, and then you didn't give a yes or no answer. And this is the kind of answer that 60 or 70% of the students will actually give when it comes to a speaking test. Those 2 questions, first of all, where you're from, second of all, are you working or studying? These are the 2 questions that will be definitely asked on the day. Okay. And it's really good that you actually told me the location, but we want it to be interesting, to leave a good impression on the examiner. So instead of saying, oh, it's 400 meters, 500 meters, okay, you could just simply say that I'm from the city of this country, and try to think of, is there anything special about your city? The food or the...
Yes, food is very spicy.
Yeah, exactly. That can be interesting. You could say, oh, in my city, okay, everyone loves spicy food, And then try to say it with passion. And also, when it comes to, are you working or studying at the moment? Okay? If we want a band 7, try not to break your answer into short, segmented sentences. I remember your answer was something like, I'm studying at the moment, part 1. I'm studying University of Sydney, part 2. I'm studying accounting, 3 parts. Now let's try to combine them all into one part. Instead of saying that, we could say, oh yeah, I'm actually studying accounting in the University of Sydney at the moment. And I chose it because I've got a passion for calculating numbers. That is a lie, and then we all know that. But just, probably it's always better to give a reason and try to talk in longer sentences, okay? To try to fill as many information in your sentence as possible. Okay, thank you. Okay, any more other volunteers? Yeah. So could you please tell me about where you're from?
I'm from Taiwan. I'm in a city called Taichung, which is in the middle of Taiwan. The weather is quite nice because we are just next to the mountains. So normally when there's a typhoon coming, we always be fine. It's like no rain, just big wind. If you're like in the other cities, probably will be a lot of damage or something coming.
Okay, and are you working or studying at the moment?
I'm actually studying Master of Accounting degree, but I'm also working as a casual accountant.
Yeah, good. So you see, one thing that you did pretty good is that you made some comments about the weather. But remember, for part 1, try not to elaborate too much about one point. Okay, we point it, we say, oh, the weather is pretty, tropical, whatever, and then that's it. We don't actually have to elaborate onward. And also, I realized that every candidate